can't wait for this. We've got high fives. He's taking the jacket off. He's pacing around. Let's do this. Let's go.
Let's do this. Okay, we are going to start with a little media expose. This is going to be a mad about based on the media. We're going to have some fun with it. Okay?
All right. Okay.
You stay out of it. We're going to have some fun with it. Number one, I'm watching the Ravens and the Commanders on Sunday afternoon.
Big game.
And he's making $20 million a year. Could at least Tony Romo have a little sense of history when he's doing a ball game on CBS? During the game, Harbaugh must have took him out to dinner on Friday night. During the game, he says, I swear to God, I couldn't believe it, that John Harbaugh is one of the top 10 coaches, without a doubt, in the history of pro football.
Oh.
What? Have you heard of Don Shula? Have you heard of Chuck Noll? Have you heard of Andy Reid? Have you heard of Bill Belichick? Have you heard of Weeb Eubank? Have you heard of Vince Lombardi? Have you heard of Paul Brown? Have you heard of Bill Walsh, Bill Parcells, Joe Gibbs? You want me to continue, please? How does anybody, he's getting $17 million a year at Northern Illinois. Did he read a football book? For crying out loud? Did he ever watch Cosell do a Monday night game with Shula coaching against Pittsburgh? I mean, how in the world could you go on TV and ruin my Sunday afternoon and not put even Saturday's the top 10 Hall of Fame football coach? How in the world? I could not believe it. I said, Tony, and Jim's too polite, Nance. He didn't correct him. Tony, come back to me, please. I understand that you are a big quarterback in the NFL. I mean, Shane Gailey's better than John Harbaugh for crying out loud. That is number one. Crazy. I don't know, 100% right. Don't you look at me that way?
I think that's a little cruel. Secondly, you got to be accurate. You said 20 million 1 minute, and then you said he was making 17. Which one is it? If you're going to put it out there, put it out there.
But not very
understand? Put it out there. But you are right for him to say John Harbaugh is a top 10. No.
Hall of Fame.
You had us all until you threw Shane Galen. That was just hateful out of you.
Doggy, you got to be
I'm the hater.
Oh, I know that.
Doggy, you got to be careful with those guys from directional schools. Northern Illinois, Eastern Illinois. You got to be real careful with those guys.
So you guys like that one. You guys like that.
It's good.
You like it. Here's number two. Did anybody ever see a Bill Belichick media post game after a Patriot loss? When he gave you 3-second answers, mumbled, and it was an absolute grouch. And now Bill Belichick, I mean, he's Bill Mayer. What's his name? Mar. I mean, now he's got Carson. He is all over the place.
Right.
He's on the Manning cast, and I haven't been on there yet, and I'm getting annoyed. He's on the Manning casts. He's on radio shows. He's on Let's Go with Jim Gray. He's doing CW11 football. Bill Parcells, he's on McAfee, getting paid $1 million a year, but he's on McAfee. And then he comes out and he kills Woody Johnson this week about the Jets. Hey, Bill, calm down. I was in the building. And 23 years ago, when Parcells lined you up to be the head coach of the Jets, and we had this big press conference here at the Hempstead at that Jet Hall, and you went up there and you announced your resignation when everybody was there to basically celebrate the idea that you were going to be the head coach. And you bailed on the Jets. And so now you kill Woody Johnson? I mean, Bill Belichick didn't say a word to anybody forever, ever, and ever, and now he loves the media. He's doing commercials with Bryce and DeChambeau for crying out loud with that bet thing. I mean, enough of Bill Belichick, please. Bill, I mean, you know what? Go look at film and get ready for your next coaching job if you get one after the offseason. I am tired of Bill Belichick knocking everybody in the world and going all over the place on media outlets. Enough. I've had enough of Belichick. That's number two.
I don't agree with you, Gary.
Oh, come on.
Let me tell you why.
Yes.
They're paying him. You are doing a job for whoever pays you. When you were a football coach, they paid you to be a football coach. You're a media guy, now you're being paid, and you're doing your job as a media guy. As far as I'm concerned, what he's saying to you is that I'm going to always do my job. What do we know the 6-time champion best as? A person who was fixated on doing his job.
He
it was
hated
a coach
the media.
before.
He hated the
I
media.
understand
Now
that.
he works with the media.
And I'm saying
That
this.
drives me
Time out.
crazy.
Blame the media for hiring him.
Number three. I mean, this is a little crazy, and he's done a good job. I don't love the voice, but he's done a pretty good job. You think Fox is thinking twice now about $360 million for Brady? Did you see this new deal now with the 10% of the ownership of the Raiders?
Yeah.
He can't do anything. He can't go to a practice. He can't go to a film room. He can't talk to a quarterback. He can do nothing. So where is Brady? Do you think Aikman does that and he busts his rear end? How about Condsworth? He busts his rear end. Brady can do nothing now in preparation of a ball game because he owns 10% of the Raiders. So Fox gave him $360 million to be the voice of their football. Was that what it was?
$375.
All right, I excuse, but you
Don't short him. Don't short him the $15 million.
Is that another contract with Carter Thomas for $375? You freaking no money. Anyway, he's getting $375 million and he can't prepare for the games properly. He's got the Chiefs and the Niners this week. He can't go to Chief camp because the Chiefs are a Raider opponent. He's doing the Chiefs and the Niners in San Francisco. That's a huge game, and he can have nothing to do with anything involved with the preparation of the ball game. And I don't blame the NFL. The owner said, hold on now, I'm not having Brady show up at my practice facility when he's owning the Raiders. What are you, crazy? I'm going to give him my secrets? And he's owning the Raiders. He owns 10% of the Raiders? I don't blame the NFL. It's not their fault. This is Fox. Hold on now, you gave the guy $375 million, and you can't sit there and tell me he's going to be unbelievably prepared for a football game when he can't talk to the participants before the game starts.
Doggy.
Give me that job. I'll tell you how to do it.
Doggy.
Go ahead.
Am
I right or wrong?
Doggy, if there was ever a person that could find a workaround for the rules, it's Tom Brady. It's Tom Brady. I ain't never worried about Tom Brady not being prepared.
Yeah.
You can make the argument about him being able to do the job, but he's going to be prepared.
That's fair.
He's going to have tape.
That's fair.
Right.
That's
He might have to deflate the football. He's going to find a way.
Let's be real about this. Let's be real about this. Tom Brady doesn't need to go give the Raiders secrets. This whole thing is a little bit blown out of proportion. Like, he's not going to go back and be giving Mark Davis secrets for the 49ers game plan and do all that.
Well, then why they have the rules set in place?
Because some people, that is not the style or what would go on. You and I both, some of that is just a little bit of craziness. A little bit of craziness.
A couple of things.
A little bit of craziness.
A couple of points that we want to bring up. First of all, props to the NFL. Here's why. When you got these private equity firms getting in, little things about it, okay?
Yeah.
You got to remember, when you got the private equity involved, they've mandated that retired players have to be a part of those private equity groups. Right. So that's a beautiful, beautiful thing, because you're going to see retired players that now get an opportunity to have an ownership stake in a franchise for the #1 product in sports. So that's number one. I got to applaud the NFL for that. Number two, this is Tom Brady that we're talking about. This is a 7-time champion. He doesn't need to talk to any quarterback. He doesn't need to talk to any coach or whatever to go in front of a booth and to analyze and dissect what he is seeing transpire on the football field. But thirdly and most importantly, your resume matters. And what I mean by resume is not statistics, doggy. I'm talking about somebody that has been a champion 7 times over, that was religious and fixated on being the best that he could be, that upheld his part of the bargain in terms of being an ambassador for the sport of football. You make sure when you take care of somebody, it's that brother right there. And Fox bringing him on board. You can talk all you want to, and he's been getting some criticism for how he's called the game. I think he's gotten better and better every single week, and I think that Tom Brady is going to end up being great at this, and I think Fox made a tremendous hire. I got no problem with my man Tom Brady in that particular
I'm going to give a little shout out to Richard.
More props to him.
Richard Seymour.
Yeah,
You know where?
he got some of that rating.
Big man
He
got
got
it
some.
there.
Big man, I see you, big fella.
Okay.
I see you.